Today I'm going to teach you 5 simple brain hacks that will actually make you be productive working from home. I'm Lisa Jacobs. I am a lawyer who lives in a van and invests in real estate. I am normally in this girl here, but right now it is home quarantine, and so I am in my empty Airbnb here in Austin, Texas. I'm trying to be productive working from home, but it has not been easy. I know why you're watching this video because I have watched dozens of videos like this before. You are procrastinating. But you're looking for advice. And I know that a lot of the time these videos kind of all seem like they're the same, right? Like wake up, meditate, have your little work desk sanctuary, burn some patchouli, and then miraculously get things done. This video, I promise you, is different. You're going to learn 5 brain hacks that are scientifically backed studies of the brain, ways to actually hack our psychology to trick ourselves into being productive so we can get work done and move on with our lives. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to share my favorite super secret hack for how you can trick your boss into thinking that you are working when maybe you're off grid in a camper van somewhere. And holy hell, you guys, these are really crazy times. I would love to know where you're quarantined, and I would love to know what you're working on right now. Like you're watching a video on being productive, so there's probably something you're wishing you were being productive doing. What is the one thing that you could do today that would make you feel like you actually accomplished something and were productive? So comment below and let me know, and I'll cheer you on. Tip number 1, hack your brain's decision fatigue. We only have a finite number of decisions that we can make every day before our brains turn into mush and we start making terrible decisions. So you need to optimize this. The night before, you need to figure out what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna eat the next day, and the one thing that you're gonna start working on first thing. When you wake up, you're on autopilot. All those decisions have already been made. You sit down at your desk ready to go and you have that one thing at the top of the list, you just start working on it. You don't check your email, you don't listen to podcasts, don't waste that morning mental energy. That is really the best energy that you're gonna have. Tip number 2, hack your motivation tendency. I love this one. This one is based off of The 4 Tendencies, which is a book by Gretchen Rubin. There's a free quiz you can take online to find out which tendency you have. Basically, the concept is that there are 4 different types of people out there. We all get motivated in different ways. Some people have no problem upholding external expectations and internal expectations. They're there, they're reliable, they say they're gonna do it, they get it done. I am not one of those people. And then there are some people, actually a really large part of the population, who are pretty good at external expectations, but they don't listen to their internal expectations. If you understand how you get motivated to act, then you can manipulate your environment and your circumstances to help yourself get motivated. An example of a way to combat this would be to go to a workout class and invite a friend. So with a video like this, I asked my Instagram following, what videos do you want? What content do you want? They voted for this one. They said they wanted a video, and now I kind of have to put it out there because they told me to put it out there. And I strategically created that situation to have external pressure on me, because when it's just me, I will sit around like my cat over there and just lick myself. Definitely take advantage of taking the test online and finding out which motivation tendency you have and create your environment to optimize to that. Tip number 3, Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law is the concept that a task will expand to the amount of time that you allow it to. Just like our stuff will expand to the amount of space that we give to it. I wrote about this, I talked about this in a video about minimalism. I'll link it above. This one is a really common one. We know it, we get it. You know, if there's a deadline, we're gonna get the project done the night before the deadline. And so the idea is to use this to restrict the amount of time you give yourself for a certain project so that you actually get it done. There's an app I really like, it's called Tomato Timer, and it'll do timers in 25-minute increments, and it kind of forces you to get a whole task done in those 25 minutes. You break down your tasks into, bite-sized chunks, and you get them done and you focus. There's another app that's sort of like that I also really like called Forest. You set a timer for how long you want to work, you put down your phone, and then you just force yourself to work during that time. And then the timer goes off, and then you take your break. That's also kind of an upholder thing, right? It's like an external motivation telling you like now you have to work. Even though you set the timer, there's something about the process of doing that helps you do it. And then having those 25-minute increments, sometimes I'll say, okay, I'm gonna write my emails and I'm just gonna get it done in 25 minutes. And I just power through instead of wasting like hours just kind of slowly emailing. Tip number 4, stop being a dopamine junkie. We are all rats in labs sucking from the teat of that cocaine-laced water, just refreshing our email, our Instagram, our Facebook. We gotta stop it. There is a big difference between being busy and being productive. You are wasting your time making yourself feeling like you're doing something when you're not doing anything. And I'm saying this to me. I'm saying this to myself, all right? Another app that is a little more hardcore is called Stay Focused. This is a Chrome extension that you can add on your computer. So you add it on Google Chrome, you set a timer for your max amount of time for a certain website like social media. You can also do that on your phone. And then you are forced to do things fast if you're gonna do things and then stop. It's way better because otherwise, you know how it works. We're scrolling our lives away. Tip number 5, on the other side of that, take advantage of being a dopamine junkie. Look, I know I said in tip number 4 to stop it, but the truth is that we can't really stop it. We're dopamine junkies, and that's just the way that it is. Dopamine is what we look for in food, sex, connections, everything that we do. We're looking for that dopamine high. So hack it. Take advantage of that and trick yourself into doing boring things by rewarding yourself with a dopamine hit after you get those things done. A really good way to hack your dopamine is to actually go on a dopamine fast for a day where you don't have any of those pleasures. So no delicious food. You can still eat, but nothing, no candy, no sugar, no TV, no social media, no email. None of those things that make you feel high, because then it kind of resets your dopamine levels. And then the next day you are easier to please because you've lowered your dopamine thresholds. Have a list of 5 or 6 things that make you feel really good, that give you that little high. Things that can be rewards or treats while you're working or after you get work done that aren't gonna take a whole day. Maybe something that would just take half an hour. You let yourself watch your favorite TV show for half an hour after you work for 2 hours on a certain project. Or you give yourself a delicious snack or a smoothie, something that is pleasurable afterwards. And you really trick yourself and force yourself to do the boring things by rewarding yourself with the positive things. And if you do that enough, and if you really restrict the high dopamine activities to after these really boring activities, your brain will actually start to connect the boring activity to the dopamine high. And you can actually help that become a habit by hacking your brain into thinking that this boring thing is actually gonna be really fun. I actually just used this hack in real life to help me be productive by making this video. I got delivery from South Congress Cafe. I got the Migas tacos. They make their own flour tortillas. It's my favorite dish in Austin, Texas. So this is my little treat for being productive by making this video about how to be productive. And my bonus tip for how you can trick your boss into thinking that you're being productive and working when you're not. It's an app called Boomerang. This helps you schedule emails to be sent in the future. what I'll do is I'll spend a day and I'll write up a bunch of emails, work emails to the whole office. Hopefully no one watches this. And then I will schedule them to be sent very early and throughout the day, Monday morning. So everyone else thinks that I am working away on my computer. They're getting emails from me all throughout the day, but actually maybe I'm off-grid in a camper van somewhere, having a good time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe. I make videos about van life, life, and I'm kind of figuring out what else to make videos about right now, to be honest with you. So throwing things out there, let me know if you like it. If you like this, I'll make more videos about psychology. I love this stuff. I'm not saying that I'm the most productive person by any means, but where you have the most challenge is where you have the most to give. And so hopefully we will be more productive, happier, healthier humans together. Thanks so much, y'all.